time on, after Peter confessed that Jesus was the Messiah, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and undergo great suffering at the hands of the elders and the chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, God forbid it. Lord, this must never happen to you. But he turned and he said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. For you are setting your mind not on divine things, but on human things. Then Jesus told his disciples, If anyone want to become my followers, let them deny themselves, take up their cross and follow me. For those who want to save their life will lose it. For those who lose their life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit them if they gain the whole world but forfeit their life? Or what will they give in return for their life? For the Son of Man is to come with his angels in the glory of his Father, and then he will repay everyone for what has been done. Surely I tell you, there are some standing here who will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. This is the gospel of the Lord.
Praise you, O Christ.
Well, if you looked at the end of the bulletin this morning, you'll notice that we're going to sing. I know you all love to sing, yes you do. Because up here, I can hear all your voices coming at me. And it's a nice big sound, especially when you hit those high notes of glory be to God.
We can't hear you.
Oh, Tim? It suddenly worked. What if this is working? We've been revamping the sound system to try to tune it up. It seems to be okay now, Tim. Just get a few more minutes. Anyway, as I was saying, I can hear all your voices coming at me, which I truly love. And when you hit those high notes on the glory be to God, it's really a thrilling sound up here. I wish you could be up here with me, because usually when you do that, also Pamela really starts revving it on the piano, and the whole thing is a wonderful sound. I want to show you something that I brought. This is not going to be a sermon this morning, because I want to reserve a lot of time to sing. Here it is. This is the St. Basil hymnal, copyright 1926. And it was in St. Michael Roman Catholic Church. The church that I went to was the first hymnal I've ever picked up in my life. And I was looking through it trying to figure out what the feel of hymnals were at that time. And what amazes me is how close it is to the many Sunday school hymnals that were being published at that time. A lot of lines have a lot of fast beats to it. The words are almost emotional, kind of saccharine in a way. And in the preface, it tells you all the things you can do and what you shouldn't do. At least 40% of the hymns in here are in Latin, which was always a challenge for us kids to try to pronounce the Latin, which we never really did. And then there's all kinds of things about how to do things in here, how they're writing out the Gregorian chant so that the lay people can sing like the monks do. They never did. And then there's this wonderful thing about how to sing a Gregorian Requiem Mass. Any of you ever heard Mozart's Requiem Mass? Mozart, if you haven't heard it, you're really missing something, I'm telling you. And there's instructions here about how to do a proper Requiem Mass. It's never to be done in English, it's always to be done in Latin because God understands Latin better. And it warns you, good Catholics that you are, that at the Requiem Mass, certain things are to be avoided that are used in other churches. For example, you must never sing Nearer My God to Thee. Why? Well, it's a Protestant hymn, that's why. So in this one hymn, I can see the years going by. I'm lost again. What has happened to ecumenism? Because our hymnals that we have today are so similar to what you would pick up in most Catholic churches today. In Episcopal churches, even in Methodist churches. Not a good morning for this microphone. glad I'm not going to be long-winded about all of this. But I think, when I first became Lutheran, it was when we had the red book, the one that came before the green book, and I had to learn that whole liturgy, and then 6 months later they tell me there's a green book coming out. I had to start all over again, and all the hullabaloo over that green book. We want the red one back. We don't like the green one. 25 years later, we got a new red one. We want the green one back. Because we are such creatures of habit. I think that's going to probably express itself when we do our community sing. I'll be interested to see which ones you select, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of the old favorites there, because they are an expression of how you sing and how you pray. I think we need to remember that on the night when Jesus was betrayed, after the meal, they went out and they sang a hymn, it is said in Matthew's Gospel. They went out to sing. Even Jesus sang a hymn. So what we're doing today is not anything new. It's a continuation of what was started way back when the Psalms were written. And when you read the Psalms, even in today's Psalm, notice the beautiful line we were reading it, and I thought to myself, this is kind of nice. Singing aloud a song of thanksgiving, I recount all your wonderful deeds. And so I ask you to look through your hymnals later when we have our hymn sing, and sing your songs aloud with thanksgiving. And when you do, you will be recounting God's wonderful deeds. Amen. Oh, by the way, there's a hymn in here that doesn't even appear in the newest Catholic hymnal, nor does it appear in our new red book. It's called Long Live the Pope. Although, having seen Francis these days, I would wish him